Always a great day to see a rainbow on the backside as storms are leaving the area, especially for some when today maybe was a little bit more eerie. This tornado report I just wanted to point out that happened near Pilger. Tomorrow marks the 10th anniversary since the Pilger twins, if you can believe it. So almost 10 years to the date that we've seen now another report of a tornado in around 6:58 here this evening happening near the Pilger community. Not an easy day for them, I'm sure. As you can see, northeast Nebraska really hit the hardest. Several reports of tornadoes in that area. There was another one again near Tecumseh that was brief on the ground for maybe a half mile that really didn't do much damage. And in terms of northeast Nebraska getting the hardest, they saw a lot of rain too. In fact, the Norfolk rain gauges at the airport reading over 3 inches. Radar estimates have been coming in around 3 to 5 inches in that area too, causing some flash flooding for a time this evening. But one word really describes this map: widespread rain for a lot of us. Beneficial rain seen across southeast Nebraska, as you can see. That should do wonders for what's left of the drought through much of those portions of the state. And then you can see in central Nebraska still over a half an inch for Grand Island, a little bit less in Broken Bow, but yeah, widespread rain for a lot of us. And now quieting down as we go into the rest of Saturday night. Beatrice at South 6th and Perkins Street, you can still see remnants of some of that rain as they're still working on drying out from the evening storms. And in terms of drying out, the atmosphere certainly isn't going to. A hot, humid day tomorrow. A lot of that moisture from the rain going to stick around in the atmosphere and make for an uncomfortable day. Dew points at this point are still in the lower 60s, so still kind of feeling sticky out there. You'll also notice the temperature map is looking quite splotchy. Some rain, cooled air kind of spreading out across the area, so it is cooler in some spots, with some of us reading the upper 60s. It's 71 degrees right now in Lincoln, 70s, and closing in on almost 80 degrees in Grand Island. It is still 80 degrees in Chadron, but this is what I mean by that splotchy nature of some of these cooler temperatures. You can see that on the color map of this temperature map as well, just past 10:20 here this evening. Now, clouds are clearing with a lot of those storms moving into Iowa at this point. That bodes well for some College World Series action trying to keep going that we'll hear from Phil here later on. Maybe some isolated storms still trying to creep in across portions of Nebraska, those counties just in and around the Kansas border. Kind of keep that in mind. That may be a rumble of thunder, but these are really the weaker variety, especially compared to what we saw earlier on this evening. Now, some storms trying to move into southwest Nebraska too. I think those fizzle out pretty soon here within the next hour or two, with a lot of us clearing out as well going into the early morning hours this Sunday, and clearing out completely even in terms of the cloud cover going into tonight. So that again will mean a hot and humid day for most of us across the state, looking at 4 o'clock and most of us wall-to-wall sunshine. And then going into the evening hours, still another kind of boundary passing that may spark some isolated thunderstorms. So there is a marginal risk for even some storms tomorrow night and into early Monday morning, something to keep in mind. But really a hot day for most of us. We're talking mostly sunny throughout the day. High right around 97 degrees. And with that humidity factored in, feeling like 101, maybe 103 in some spots too, including right here in Lincoln. So yeah, be prepared for that. Certainly a day to kind of keep the lighter clothes in mind. Take some frequent breaks if you need to be outdoors, including the shade, bringing some water with you, because we are in the major risk for the heat risk across southeast Nebraska. And then even creeping into Monday, we talk about extreme heat risk taking place. What does that mean? Uncommon heat on Sunday expected, and rare heat expected on Monday. This becomes dangerous and very dangerous to a lot of us in terms of heat-related illnesses being more and more common under those conditions. So keep that in mind through the end of this weekend and early Monday, and early happy Father's Day to all those dads out there. Temperatures will be in the 90s through the early portions of the week. Storms still possible off and on as well. So we'll keep that in mind looking forward into the future and keep you all up to date with the latest.
Yeah, if you're going to grill outside tomorrow, make sure you have a fan.
Yeah, for sure. Something to keep you cool. I know there's been like headbands, I think, around the forehead that you can keep anyway. Any like wedding, a bandana around the neck, something to keep it cool.
Definitely.
Tomorrow.
It's going to be a scorcher.
It sure will be.
Thank you so much, Jessica.